Today I'm going to talk to you about shoulder injuries in Missouri and in Southern Illinois and how to win them. There are many different types of shoulder injuries. You could have a simple dislocation where the shoulder joint actually pops out, to use lay terms. You can have a fracture where the bone is damaged, and it could be a hairline fracture, it could be a comminuted fracture where it comes out. You can have ligament injuries, and there are a tremendous amount of ligaments in the shoulders. You could have an acromion injury, a trapezoid. You could injure your bicep tendon, which is, your bicep muscle runs up to your shoulder. You sometimes see people with a bicep deformity, where the tendon actually breaks away from the shoulder and retracts into the arm. Supraspinatus injuries. But the most common injury is a rotator cuff. And I see rotator cuff injuries all the time. The rotator cuff is essentially four tendons in the shoulder that when they're damaged, they're commonly called the rotator cuff injury. And there's many different types of rotator cuff injuries. But the rotator cuff is at the upper part of the arm, the end of the humerus bone. And a rotator cuff injury will not show up on an x-ray. So if you've been in a car collision and you have outstretched arms, or the airbags go off and hit your arm back, or if you slip and you fall at home or at work and you fall with a outstretched arm, and you go to the emergency room and they do an x-ray, the x-ray will not show or demonstrate that you have a rotator cuff tear. What you need to do that is an MRI to confirm the tear. So it's not uncommon for someone to come in with shoulder complaints and say it was missed. I went to the emergency room, I went to my doctor, and they didn't find it until they did an MRI or CT scan where they can actually see those tendons that I've referenced before. So you come to me and you've had an injury and it's caused by someone else, and you say, what is its value? And I've tried these cases and I've settled these cases for 25 years. I understand the value of a rotator cuff tear, of a shoulder injury in St. Louis. I'm going to ask you, how did it heal? Did you go to physical therapy? How many times did you go to physical therapy? Did they do the surgery an open procedure where they actually cut open and fillet you open so they can see it? Or did they do it endoscopically where they put in a little microscope and other tools and you have little punch marks? Was it a full tear of your shoulder, or was it a partial rotator cuff tear? So there's lots of different questions that need to be answered to determine its value. But as in most cases, you make a diary of your pain and suffering as you get treatment. So I'm going to look at your records. Did you give an accurate history of how this injury occurred, whether it was at work or on someone else's premises? Or, I mean, I've seen lots of different injuries. I once had a workers' compensation case where my guy was saying that he injured himself at work and that he couldn't do this and that and the other. And immediately before trial, the defense had video of him fast-pitch baseball. And so obviously we resolved that case. I'm not usually fooled. I was in that occurrence. I like to take real cases for real people to trial, and I'd prefer never to handle a fraudulent case. And I don't believe that most cases are fraudulent. I believe that they're real. But if you have a fake case, don't come to me. Save my time and save my energy. And don't waste the court's time. But if you have a real injury and it's gone undiagnosed because it is a shoulder injury and it's a tendon, come to me, even if it's later. Because if you're telling the truth will set you free, and I'll win your case. So I've been handling shoulder cases since 1993. My name is Mark Cantor. That's all I do at Cantor Injury Law is personal injury litigation, whether you're in a truck accident or a car accident. I will aggressively and immediately pursue your case. Time is an important part of your case, so don't delay. Defense attorneys and insurance companies love delay. Delay, delay, delay is what they do because it creates problems with memory, spoliation, which is the destruction of evidence. So if you have a case, call me or another lawyer right away. 314-628-9999 is my number. You'll see if you research this I've had tremendous success with injury cases, particularly the shoulder. I had a gal that was offered $500 after she slipped and fell, and I won her $966,000. That's quite a big difference. So just because the insurance company is making you a lowball offer doesn't mean that I can't help you win. So I hope that if you're suffering, that you recover, and that if you need a lawyer, you call me, Mark Cantor, 314-628-9999. Thank you, and thanks for watching.